Now, this is Mystery Maverick. You can see her on Rich Prater's channel. I called her out on a fact that she said Officer David Waddell was nodding off in his cruiser before he got to Darlie's house. So I called her out on it. I said, Where did you get that he was Waddell was nodding off in his cruiser? Where'd you get that? Because she presented it as a fact. And she said, I'm not going to play these games with you and blah, blah, blah. But finally she said she got it out of a book, Hush Little Babies, by Don Davis, which is a book on her guilt. I said, so you got that from a writer. You didn't get that from somebody that was at the scene. I said, but you're trying to present these things as facts. Well, she got pissed off at me because I caught her out on some bullshit. Because she's reading the story and she goes, as Officer Waddell was nodding off in his cruiser. That's not a fact. And that makes the Rowlett Police Department look as if they didn't care about the case. So she got snarky because I did not get snarky with her. I just said, hey, you can't put this out as a fact if you didn't see it. So this is what Darlie supporters do. Okay, when you catch them on something. BryanSt.John's Ryan Luke was convicted of the murder of an innocent 2-year-old baby boy. Would it have been better if it was a guilty 2-year-old baby boy? Why do you put words like that in there? Innocent. All children are innocent. When he had previously been arrested of abuse. Yes, he was arrested a couple years before of abuse on Braden because he was with him for 10 minutes and he came up with a skull fracture. Except the reason that he wasn't convicted is one is they looked at, he wasn't even charged. They looked at another family member that was with Braden for that short amount of time. But the reason he wasn't convicted is because of the statement that the mother left. That the baby climbed up to the top of his crib and fell out onto the wood floor. That came from the mother. That's why he was released. Dumbass. He tried to evade police, has never shown any remorse. And even tried to relinquish blame on others. I don't know if she's trying to say, yeah, he did try to evade the police. He came over to my house, I made him leave. And then he went to his son's house, and the police were trying to get him to come out, and he wouldn't come out, they had no warrant. So I went up and got him and brought him out to the police. Yeah, dumbass, do you know what you're fucking talking about, bitch? And it goes on, it gets even worse over here. This is how they comment. Like everybody knows that. I put the whole trial up for everybody to see, dumbass. Now watch this. This is what they do. Whilst Bryan has put huge efforts into harassing Darlie, he still supports his own son. People know that I support my son because he's my son. Which there is zero doubt of his guilt. Absolutely, there is zero doubt of his guilt. No one has said my son is innocent. I never said my son was innocent. Accusing others of lying when he elects to tell the truth about his own son. Now, where do you get that I haven't told the truth? Dumbass. As a matter of fact, you fucking idiot bitch. My very first post when he got arrested was, I know he did this. I know he did this. He's guilty and I want nothing to do with it. And I told my family I wasn't paying no lawyer fees, all that shit. And it was a Darlie supporter who messaged me and said, you shouldn't post things like that. He hasn't even been to trial yet. A big Darlie supporter that knows Darlie Key personally. The very first message I got, do I have to play it for you, fucking idiot, Tara? Was from Darlie Key. Expressing me sympathy. You think, now this, you want to say I'm harassing the family, right? That I was harassing the family. Every time I came up with a point, they would come at me in a dumb way like you have, with lies. You're a fucking liar. You're a fucking liar. What you're going to do is open up a fucking can of worms. And I'm going to put it out there how guilty this bitch is again. I'm the number one authority on her guilt as far as true crime goes. Now, I am respectful until you fucking people aren't respectful to me. You're a fucking idiot. This is what they do. Oh, you can look at this. His appeal is something I've already posted, you fucking idiot. I don't want nothing to do with his appeal. My ex-wife hounds me for fucking money all the time. I don't give it to him half the time. Sometimes I do. Ain't that right, Nicole? Yep. The fuck out of here. This is what Darlie supporters do. You fucking liar. You're going to open up a fucking can of worms with me, Tara. And I'm going to be right back on it. I'm going to be right back on it. Now, what I'd like to do, Mystery Maverick, since you've decided to put this case out here, which is another one you don't know a fucking thing about, what I'd like to do is, since you run with Rich Prater and you mod on his channel, I'd like to come up on Rich's panel with you and Rich, and we can discuss my son's case. You put this shit out here, you're a fucking liar. And everybody that watches Mystery Maverick that knows my son's case knows this is a fucking lie. So if you have to deflect, this is what you have to do, Mystery Maverick, because I caught you on one lie right away on the Darlie case. If you have to deflect, well, let's not listen to what Bryan's saying about me lying. Let's deflect into his case. My case and my son's case has nothing to do with Darlie's case, but you can deflect on over there to that if you want to, bitch. You gonna sit here and say I support my own son, as if I'm out here saying he's innocent? I'm not Darlie Key. I accepted the court's decision. I was a witness for the state, you fucking idiot. I will fucking tear up everything you say about Darlie on any channel that you're on. I will tear it up, you dumb bitch.